Hello and welcome to A1R Psychics Radio and Moonstruck TV. It's very nice to come and see you today. I'm sure we're going to have a lovely show, because what this show means is that we're going to do two free readings later on. But what I always say is it's always nice to have a little spiritual talk before I get started. It's almost like it's my way of sort of warming up to being all spiritual. It's not that I'm not spiritual beforehand when I'm cold. Anyway, so the one thing that I was actually thinking of, and it's quite topical at the moment. We're all talking about the coronavirus, and I hope that you're all staying in and staying safe and things like that. But one thing that you perhaps don't know is I have a degree in nutritional therapy, and one of the things I think is quite important is to really sort of strengthen our immune system. And if we can get hold of vegetables and another thing is drinking sort of lemon water, because I think hot lemon water can not only kill a virus, but it will also help with the strengthening the immune system, because it's so sort of, and think about having sort of like a rainbow diet. So as many colours as you can get on your plate. Now, I know that that's not so easy at the moment, because I went to the supermarket yesterday and I arrived and I was told that instead of going left in through the door, I had to go right into the car park where there was a long queue. And there was an hour wait to actually get into the supermarket. And we're rationed on sort of what foods we can have and things like that, because people are bulk buying otherwise. So we're only allowed sort of 2 or 3 items of the same thing at the same time. So it's quite a challenge, isn't it? It's times that we've never seen before. But another thing that I think is quite sort of important to say is some of my connections are to the Bible era, and I connected Jesus and God and sort of Mother Mary and others, and they all say that this isn't of their doing. And I know that perhaps some people think, what is God doing? Why is this happening to us? But it's not of his doing, he says. And he also has specifically said to me that he is doing absolutely everything that he possibly can to assist us in our world. He's embarked on, all the angelic, world to come and sort of, be around us. He's getting all the sort of evolved spirits. So they're doing so much good work to sort of support and help. So that's quite sort of, really, really sort of comforting, I think. One of the things that they have asked me to do is I've been doing some positivity videos on YouTube. So if you're interested in seeing these positivity videos, it's on my YouTube account, which is Gail Moffat, God's Messenger and Healer. And so you can find me there, or you can actually find me on Facebook as well. My name is Gail Moffat. Now, I believe that we have a caller waiting, and I believe that's Allah in Chicago, Illinois. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hello.
Can you hear me?
And yes, I can. I can hear you. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
Oh, good. Very well, thanks. Good. And are you coping with life at the moment? A lot of us have had to stay in.
Yeah.
It's not so easy, is it?
No.
I am a medium, and what that means is I'm able to connect to loved ones, and I can also look to my guides to give guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Yeah, so recently I'm having problems with my spouse, and I recently got married. My spouse, I'm married. We're basically separated right now. I want you to tell me if we're going to ever get back together, if we're going to work things out. We are still married at the moment, but I don't know if we're going to be like divorced or if he's going to actually do something to fix it. But yeah, basically just my love life.
Yeah. Oh, I sympathize with you. Because it's a challenging situation that.
Correct.
So, okay, let me just connect. The thing that I'm feeling is that your husband. I'm not sure who instigated all this, but your husband is he is. He's got some sadness over this situation and doesn't really want it to end. Would that make sense to you?
Like he wants it to end. I feel like he still loves me. I don't know if he's actually, like, he has no reason to end it. We just recently got married.
Yes. Because what I get the feeling is that I get the feeling that he has. I almost want to go to his mind, and I feel with his mind that he is. It's like he's all over the place. Would that make sense to you? Sort of like he doesn't know what he's all over the place.
Exactly, because there isn't no reason to.
And I feel that he's also giving you mixed signals. It's like one moment it's missing you and sort of wants to be with you, and the next minute he's pulling back and pulling away, and it's really being confusing for you because you are trying every angle and every situation to try and help him be come back into the relationship. But I just get the feeling that, would you say that he has sort of like a low mood at the moment? Or I don't want to diagnose with anyone with depression, but would you say that he has a sort of like a low mood or sort of slightly depressed at the moment?
Exactly, yeah. But we don't talk, so I don't know how he actually feels, if he's going to move forward, if he's going to like be like, oh, let's end this.
Because I feel that this is part of his problem. That he, I feel like it's a problem of the mind that is causing him to pull away, and I feel that he's emotionally sort of all over the place, and I feel like he has spent some time in tears as well, and I have no doubt whatsoever that he has love in his heart for you, no doubt whatsoever. And I get the feeling that he has said to you in the past that he feels that you are the love of his life, that he doesn't want to be with anyone else. I feel like he's used these words of real solid commitment and sincerity, but I just get the feeling that his actions are actually a symptom of his of what I would describe as a slight illness of the mind. I feel that he is suffering from a little bit of depression. I also want to say, because I feel like when I look at his family, I feel like the family is like littered with problems around him. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, because the reason for separation is his mom.
Sorry?
Yes, because the reason of our separation is his mom.
Yeah, because I get the feeling also that there has been, because of the problems, it's almost as though he struggles to cope with these problems and he's brought his emotional moods down. And I also get the feeling that he feels a sense of duty to sort of step up and look after his family. It's like a sense of duty, and he has been it's like he's been drawn into the drama of the situation of whatever's going on in the family, and he's got this depression as well, because at the end of the day, I know that he has love in his heart for you, and I feel that he pardon.
But would he come back? Like, I mean, do you see us getting back together or separated?
I understand what you're asking for.
I said, do you see us separated or getting back together and fixing it? Actually,
yeah, no, I do understand. I do understand what you're saying. So what I feel with him is that he is in a state of confusion, and I feel that the only way that he could sort of be back in your life, I feel, is if he needs help. I feel like he needs help because he's spiraling down emotionally, because I feel that the problems of his family has caused him to be, I feel like, this is interesting. What's happening today in his family has triggered off memories of the past, and this is why he's reacted so seriously. I feel like there are memories of the past where he felt vulnerable and insecure, and I feel that it's all those emotions and feelings that are circulating that are causing him to behave and react in this way. Unless he gets sort of help for his mental state, I think that's the answer, and that's what he needs. But I also feel that you would be wise. This is what my guide is saying. You would be wise to take the tact that you are his friend and you are there to support him, and you are not going to put any pressure on him to come back. He can come back when he's ready, and everything is sorted for him. And that's what my guide's advice is, because she feels that if you put more pressure on him, he can't cope. It's like it's just piling it on top. And I feel like something traumatic happened in his childhood, and what's happening now is just triggering all the emotions and the feelings of what happened in the past. I do feel that there is a trauma in his previous life, that in his past, that is causing that is the problem here.
Okay.
Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Right.
But you wouldn't like give an exact answer just because it might change, right?
Sorry, I missed that.
No, I'm saying that you can't give an actual answer because things might change. Like, you can't say, "Oh, you guys are getting back together," because you said that he does need help.
What I feel is I think what's really important is that you need to know that he has free will in this. Unless he takes the stance of obtaining help, he's not going to be in a position to come back, because he's mentally he's not in a good state. He's all over the place, and I feel that he needs that help. But what I can do is, I'm just picking up my phone. What I can do is I can place him on my healing list, so that each day I send out healing, and if I send out healing, it may help him, and to sort of get a better position. I think if you were to ask any other medium or psychic whether he will come back or not, I think that would be a difficult question to answer at this stage, because it's whether he takes the stance of improving himself, to get in a better frame of mind. What is his name? And I'll put him on my healing list.
Omar, Omar.
AR. Okay. Okay, he's on my healing list now. So I'm so sorry that you're going through this, but remember, if you can be his friend at the moment, because that's
We
what he
don't
needs.
talk. Like, he doesn't reach me. That's why I'm like hurt. Like, I'm willing to be his friend. I'm willing to be everything. But the thing is, he's not talking to me, and I wish I know like a time frame. Like, he will reach out to me, and maybe like we can fix things step by step. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes. But I do feel that it's about him he needs help. But I have another call awaiting. I hope that helps in some way. And you know, if you need any more questions answered or need some help, find me on Facebook. My name is Gail Moffat, Moffat.
Okay.
And Gail is Gail.
Okay. I'll ask the girl that gave me the thing, and then she'll give me your name, and then I'll talk to you more. Okay.
Okay. All right. Brilliant. Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Okay, so I believe we have Gillian in Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Are you there, Gillian?
Yes.
Hello, Gillian. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm not too bad. Are you coping with everything being sort of isolated and, well, not isolated?
Yeah,
well,
I'm doing okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, my kids aren't liking it very much, though.
No, I feel sorry for people who've got young children because they just like to get out, don't they, and do things. Oh dear.
Yes, they just want to be out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I am a medium, and I can connect to loved ones in the spirit world, or I can look to give you guidance about your life. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
No, I mean, whichever you're feeling, honestly. I'm game for both, either.
Right, okay. I've got a gentleman here that is stepping forward from spirit, and I get the feeling that he's your grandfather, and he's telling me that he would have known you when you were a small child, and he's saying
okay.
and he's saying to me that he I get the feeling that he wants to come forward today because I feel like he wants to offer some support to you and some guidance. And so this is coming from your grandfather. And I get there's a lady that's standing by the side of him, and I feel that this may be his wife. And I feel like she's quite petite. She's quite a lot smaller than him. There's a difference in.
He was very, very small.
Yeah, I get the feeling he's very big, and she's like petite next to him.
That sounds like them.
And he's saying to me that he loved his wife from the moment he saw her to the moment he passed. He's telling me that he had a very strong, committed, loving relationship with her, and he's very grateful to have her in the spirit world with him. And he's saying that they're still together, and he says that's the way he likes it. He didn't enjoy being apart from her because I feel like there was a period of time where he makes me feel like he passed. He makes me feel like he passed when he was quite a few years before his wife passed. Would that make sense?
Yeah, it was about 10 years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's saying that it's for him. It was such a relief when she arrived in spirit, because it's like he couldn't bear it to be apart from her or away from her. And he's saying to me that he has he makes it his business to come around you and be around you in your life. And I do feel that you were quite young when he knew you, but I do feel that he sort of views you as one of his favourite grandchildren. Would you know that?
Yes, absolutely. We spent a lot of time with them based out of all of their, my grandparents' kids. We were the most to spend as much time with them.
Right. Okay. Because he's telling me that you're his favourite. And he's let's hope none of the other grandchildren are listening, hey?
Yeah. No.
That'd be awkward, wouldn't it? But anyway, it's not what you're saying; it's what I'm saying, isn't it? So, but anyway, he's saying that he feels a sense of loyalty and a sense of duty to continue being your grandfather and continue sort of looking after you in your life. Because he's saying to me that you have now there's something about your life, and I can't quite get my finger on it, but it feels like there's a sort of like a frustration of not knowing what to do about something, or where to go, or how to live your life, or something is really sort of niggling you. And I get the feeling that you have been asking out, oh, could you please help me? As you how people look up to the sky and say, oh God, please help. So yeah. I just get that feeling that there is something like that, those sort of circumstances around you. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, it definitely does.
And he feels that he's the man to come and support you. He's the man. It's like,
sounds like him.
He said that he wouldn't sort of, and so he's going to be around you for the next sort of time frame, because he feels that he's very duty and honour bound, your grandfather, and he feels that he should be here to support you and help you. I get the feeling that you feel frustrated, and I feel like it's with a family member, and I'm not sure who to really point the finger at. Would you understand that?
Yeah, that would be his daughter, so my mom.
Right. Okay. Right. Because I just get that feeling that there's a frustration, and he's telling me that. So his daughter, he feels, and he makes me feel that you feel this too, that sometimes she can be a little bit unreasonable. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, very much so.
And she can sometimes place demands or create accusations or be bossy or be, all those sort of things. And it causes you to almost sort of have a little bit of grief in your life. And it's like, oh dear, do we have to do this? Oh, I can feel that sort of, frustration of having to sort of deal with her, because I feel that she doesn't always act in a reasonable, fair way. Would that make sense to you?
Right. Yes, very much so.
And your grandfather, and so I'm getting all this information from your mother's father, and he is saying that he is going to try and spend some time with her, trying to sort of help her in her sort of moods, because he says to me that her moods can sometimes be a bit low and a bit depressive. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, very much so. And she does get like that.
And so that sort of depressive nature that she has caused her to sort of act out in a way that is causing problems in the family. And he's also making me feel that you're taking the lion's share brunt of sort of, looking after your mother in sort of, you know, checking up on her and things like that.
Yes.
Would that make sense
Yes.
to you? Because he says
Yes,
that others have almost washed their hands of her and walked away because they're also equally as frustrated as you have been.
Right. And that's exactly, they all moved away, and then the rest of them aren't around, just me, closest to them.
And he's saying that he is he's also saying that he feels that your mum has a sort of sense of loneliness as well. Would you understand that?
Yeah, I would definitely understand that too. Yes.
And I feel also that this loneliness is why she has this sort of low mood or sort of a slight depression. She is lonely and she misses sort of having family and being busy around her, and she doesn't it's almost like she doesn't know how to sort of rectify her life, because I do feel that she's not happy in her life. And what I'm being told by your grandfather is that he is going to spend time with her, trying to help her in her life and try to help her feel happier and more upbeat. And so he's sort of almost been assigned to her as a guide, to get her to a better state of well-being and feeling. And he feels that it not only will help your mother, but it will also help you and your relationship with her, because you won't have to deal with the demands and the frustration that she puts upon you. And
right.
And so I've just looked around. My lights just kicked off. It ran out of light. So I do feel that he feels really positive that he is going to really sort of achieve what he's saying that he's going to achieve. And he says, and he's just also saying he'd do anything for you, absolutely anything. Like absolutely anything. He absolutely adores you, and he says, you know, any time that you want his help, call out to him because he's there for you. And he includes his wife in that, your grandmother. But it was him that decided to do the talking, because he feels like he's more the one that sort of gets on and does things, and more sort of rolls up his sleeves. He's that sort of character, and that's why he's sort of done the talking.